system will allow it. So I'm doing a little work over here. You can't see me, but I'm on my computer over here trying to figure this out. So while you guys are coming on, it's my coffee. Come say hello, say good morning. We're going to do some craftiness here. I'm going to work on this book that I worked on last night because I'm really excited about it. I love the way it's coming together. I love the new papers that I printed yesterday. Just there's so much about it that I'm excited about. So just give me a second here while I make a few adjustments. Please say hello when you get here, so I know that you're here. Does anybody know, can I go landscape on this thing? Can we do the landscape mode? Can we? Is it allowed? How do you do it? I tried. I did try. All right, I'm doing a few adjustments here. Please bear with me, ladies. I appreciate you coming in. Good morning. All right. Okay, let's see. I don't think I was adding some things to the buy it now because you can't even see them, just in case anybody's interested today. All right, let's see. Welcome everybody. Hey Debbie, how are you? Yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can, and I plan to because I have different folks over here now. There are just different people on this app than there are on YouTube and Facebook. So as a way to inspire, hopefully, and to encourage you guys to create in a way that makes you happy, I thought I'd start to try to do regular lives over here. So let me grab this show and so that I can see comments because I can't see them very well right now. Got Gannon off to school, saw Chris off to school. This lighting is bad. Well, it's just because that's a little envelope from, let me shut off the lights here. That's an envelope from a bank statement envelope, or that's the window. You know, this whole book is being made out of my credit card statement envelopes and bank statement envelopes. So true junk journaling at its finest. And these papers, I'm loving them so much. Now, so I have a little bit of white sticking out there. All of that stuff, any of this stuff that I can see, I'm going to deal with later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I want to get the base done and then do some decorating. I'll decorate more. So see how I put this one page? It's just the entire page. I really like that format. So I'm going to do that probably a couple of times. And I'm trying to offset these busy wallpaper patterns with coffee stained or ledger paper, just to keep things so that they're not too outrageous in terms of your eyeballs. Okay, this is slightly taller. I'm going to get these to be the same length. That's my first objective here. I'm going to tear this so that it's the same length just about. Easy breezy, right? I should just throw these out. I put them on the table and then I have to go through and separate scraps between things that I want to keep and things that I don't. The other pages that I wanted to work one of these in here. That one's a little brighter. I didn't use it yet, right? I almost did last night. And I put something, I put her back here to use. It would fit there just fine. All right, let's leave it there and do something else here. Okay, I have lots and lots of journal pages pre-printed, and I have lots of magazine pages that I thought would be kind of fun to work in some magazine images, so I'm going to grab those as well. Hey, Gigi. BJ, welcome. Hello. Jenos joined through my shared link. Awesome. Through Telegram? Is that through Telegram that you joined? I would love to know. That just helps me so much if I know where you came in from. because it just lets me know, what makes it easiest for you guys to find me, quite honestly. All right, let's look at magazine page cutouts to see if there's anything in here that I would like to make use of. These are all little. I'm looking for something bigger. And flip. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. That sweet girl. She's so cute. All right. The colors here really go with my wallpaper patterns. I'm just going to flip through here and see if there's anything that catches my fancy for using. That's a pretty too. All right, this is a possible and this is a possible. I'm going to put the possibles over to the ones that strike me as possible over to the right. I love to pull out magazine pages of images that are just amazing. Right? Why are we throwing these out when we put them in the recycling and then there are all these gorgeous images that we could be, oh, look at that. Amazing images we could be using that we're not using. All right, let's see. I'm looking for square pages and some of these are cut out, like see the bison cut out just specifically, and there was probably something around it that I felt like I didn't want in the magazine page. So I'm looking for specifically pages that are full images. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. Are those all bread knives? They look like it. Yeah, I think they're all bread knives. Look at the handles. How cool is that? Don't want to lose any of this. So I'm not, oh my gosh, I'm not using those because I don't want to lose any bit of those. I want to find a place to use that in its entirety, and that wouldn't be in this project. We got some horses. I love home decor, so I have lots of home decor photos. Like that is amazing. Oh, can I use that? All right, I have a few to work from here. What is this one? This one. What is this right here? Wait, I have several things in between. Oh, look at the birch trees. See, sometimes it's even just a sliver of a page that I keep. That's a door jamb. But I'm after this. Again, I want to use that in its entirety. I don't want to lose it. Yes, on Telegram. Oh, Jennifer, it's you. Hey, welcome, new club member. I'm so excited you joined the club. We're happy to have you. Happy, joy. That's cool, right? I love the rich color of those chairs. So much neutral, and then you have these dark wood pieces and the basket that are just, the color is amazing. Okay, let's see. I think I have some good ones. I kind of want to keep this spot, so I know if I need more, I can come back to this spot. So I'm going to stick this in there, just in case I come back to this folder. All right, let's see about this. Jeez Louise, the width is almost perfect. There's just a little bit here. Do you see that? That gets lost, but that is not even problematic to me because we can fix that right quick. This one is a little bit longer than this one, but up top they're at the same height. So maybe I go up high and then just put a strip of coffee stained paper. We'll collage some paper and maybe fabric on the bottom. Look at how dark that is. That's kind of cool. I would put this down first, so let's just do it. I'm going to put this one down first and then collage something on the bottom here to fill in the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure fit is right. So I'm going to line this up here, hold it tightly. I usually give myself a crease right here in the middle where it matches up. So I know where I need to line it up. So it's kind of scoring it. So it's going to land right there. And then we are going to have some extra here, but I actually think I could just cut that off. Let's get it on and we'll figure it out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Hello, hello. I was wondering, like Debbie says, I didn't even know you could craft live and whatnot. You sure can, girl. You sure can. I'm wondering, do you guys like to watch crafting? That's a really beautiful. Look at the paintbrushes. Hold, please. Look at those paintbrushes. How clever is that? Well, not paintbrushes. Those look like they're actually like cleaning, like mini brooms, cleaning brushes. That is so cool. Ugh, that's good. That's good. I got to make a choice, right? I can't use both sides right now. Oh, we're going to lose this beautiful thing. I'm going to put glue down on the whole thing. Permanent glue stick here. So how often do you guys watch people create on Whatnot? I'm wondering. Just a little poll. I should have put a poll in there. I wonder if I still can. Put a poll in there to ask you that. I watch people create, and I also participate in lots of buying. I'm quite the consumer here on Whatnot. So I do both. I love to watch people create. All right, I got to stand up, girls. Uh-oh. No, don't sticky, sticky. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I think that's where I want it to be. Give that a good little press right there before I push the rest of this down. Looks like I missed some glue on that edge, but no worries, no worries. Right here too. We can go back and add some more. There. Right here, look. Yep, not enough glue. I'm gonna cut this down, I think. I could just cover this with a ruffle or something, but I don't want to lose. I just was toling on and on about how beautiful these colors were, and I don't want to lose that. I do sell Crafty Amber. Crafty Amber from Kentucky. I like your name. Yes, I do. Mostly. I wouldn't say I'm brand new on Whatnot. I started in the fall, and I feel like I finally have my legs underneath me in terms of selling on Whatnot. I go live quite often on Facebook and on YouTube. Have lots and lots of recorded videos there with all kinds of creative projects that you could check out if you're interested in just watching projects as video recordings. So I started here with the selling, but I would like to do more creating just to meet new people. Now, see how this is cut off like that? I actually quite like that. So I don't know how I could rip that. I think I just do it, right? Rip it so that it... Ay, can I rip this? Can you do it, Gracie? You can do whatever you want because nobody's the boss of you and your creative endeavors. All right, this paper is quite thick compared to what's up there. It feels really thick. I have this like terrible frog in my throat. I'm sorry, girls. I'm just so sorry. Hold on, let me get some water. Lynn Perkins, you're the best. It's a good idea. I have met a few great people just coming on to chat and craft. I love it, right? Why not have a crafty community here? I mean, we can get our craft supplies and, you know, home decor items, whatever you're shopping for. There's everything here, right? Clothing, shoes. There is just a bit of everything here on Whatnot. We can get all that here. I love hanging out with sellers here, but if there's, oh, what am I doing, Gracie? That is not a glue page. Those are my beautiful images. If there's lots of people here who want to create and be inspired by other creators, why not connect that way? I think it's really cool that we can do that here. I was actually planning on doing a combination of fabrics and this paper, but this paper fits perfectly And I love the color with that wood, the brown wood. I think it plays off that really well. So I'm going with it. I'm going with it. See what I did back there? I'm going to tear that little bitty corner off. And now I made this sticky. Oh, it's sticky. So we better be careful. But that page, are you kidding me with how pretty that is? Magazine images. Remember, these are just the beginning, right? We're just covering pages to cover them. And then we can journal on here, or we could add pockets. It would be really cool to add a vellum pocket here, like a see-through type of pocket to hold things. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep covering pages. That's my main objective right now. All right, now we have these wild papers here. Very simple, much cleaner, and now we can go wild again. We can be wild. Let me get to the wild papers. They're down here somewhere. And it's really great when you find a paper that's exactly the right size, if you find it. So this one is almost the right size. Now, these papers are in the shop and they're enormous. They are, this is, I can't even get it all in screen. This is this paper. Okay, and in the buy it now section, I do have this right now. Let me do this. I'm going to give you an actual measurement because I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they're 17, just under 17 inches by almost, they're 11 by 17 basically. And they're, where possible, like this one's not connected, so I kept this one for myself, but where possible, they're going to be fully connected. So you actually would have, I consider that one page, 2 pages, but they're connected. So if you needed really big continuous pages, that would be something cool to have in your stash. And they are authentic. I mean, I don't know how old that book, but it is at least vintage. It could be antique. Not sure. All right, here's another piece of it. Like, I love that water damage, man. Why are we wacky like that, girls, where we love damaged goods? Maybe because, not to get all deep and philosophical on you, but maybe it's because we are damaged goods. And so we appreciate that damaged goods are still beautiful. They're not to be discarded. They're to be made new again. Okay, this will fit, but it's not wild and busy. I think we can do it. I think I will do this and then add some of that wild and busy paper to it. Now these are connected, I think, so I need to unconnect them. I really love these water damaged edges, so I don't want to lose that. Wait, wasn't I going to go this way so that it fits completely? Then I just have to cut it down. I don't have to worry about filling in that top edge. I'll have one continuous ledger paper, if you know what I'm saying. I love this rough edge that I cut or tore, and I love it. So I'm going to actually have it stick out the edge because, again, I love wild and wonky things. Things do not need to be perfect in my world for them to be valuable. All right, right here is where I need to basically... Are these they are different sizes. Gracie, what are you doing to yourself? What are you doing? It's the challenge of it all. That's what it is. All right, if we fold it here, where's my little tool? Is it buried under here somewhere? Where'd you put it, Gracie? This paper is so old, it's like rather brittle. I actually think just from that crease I put in there, I can easily pull this apart. Yeah, because it's so brittle. Who's creating today? What are y'all doing? Who probably hates you? Wait. Today to find out what I did with my bed. Wait a minute. I gotta go back. Jenny, though. Hello. Junk Jonas says this. So apparently my mailman delivered your package to me yesterday. Pretty sure he hates me. I have to beat and whip him later. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Today to find out what he did with my packages. You know, I leave my mail carrier. He's really good to me. Um, Lynn, you're welcome. Lynn says the ear of corn puffy pen you sent me is hilarious to look at. Thank you for that happy mail. And it writes really well. Lynn, admit it, girl. First of all, it writes really well and it's really soft and cushy on your fingers. It's like, it's all around goodness. Corn on the cob pen. Are you kidding me? Puffy pens. Again, they're in the shop. They're in the shop. They are so fun, right? Lynn got it in, I was doing mystery boxes last week in my sale for the first time, and they really went over well. So I think I will do them again. Like, you guys really liked them. They sold well. They auctioned for an amount that was worth my time and effort, and the amount that was in the boxes. In the end, I probably, didn't make a ton, but I didn't lose money there. So I probably will do them again. But the puffy pens, I put one in each one of those boxes, I think. All right. I think I'm going to see how this goes over on all edges. I'm going to leave it that way because then when I cover this side, I think I could do something fun. Actually, do we want to keep this? That would be neat on the next page. I'm going to glue down this side, leave this side open, and we're going to play with that and do something fun. So this is exactly where I want it. I just need to get glue on here. This is going to go over just a little bit on the edge too. So actually, I'm going to put the glue on this page. And I'll just put my glue, this little glue paper back here, and I'm going to glue this up. Sure you are, Grace. Sure you are. First time I'm using it today. I need to uncloggy. Uncloggy. Oh, two are not going to fit in there. Just one, Grace. We don't need two pins, just one. I have a little bow over here, like clipped to my pencil holder. I'll show you. It's really quite fancy. Let me get it out and I'll show you. I'm just going to pick up the whole pencil holder. So I have this little holder for my pencils. And this is what I use to unclog. And I'm getting quite the collection here. I probably could eliminate a couple. Put them in with all the other pins. Because I don't need that many sitting there. I just need one. There's so many there. I grabbed two by accident. All right, we're gluing. We're gluing. We're getting it done. We're getting it done. All right, is everything backwards here on, I forget, when you're live on Facebook, if you don't turn your camera, or if you don't go live on Business Suite anymore, then your stuff is all backwards. The reading, like for you to read something, so is it backwards here or is it right side up? Man, did I do that wrong? Hold on, girls. We're rethinking this. Yeah, I was having trouble folding this open all the way, so I knew something wasn't right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, here, let's do something funky with this. Because look at how cool that is showing. I'm covering up some of these windows and I'm keeping some of them. What if we made this a pocket somehow so we could stuff something cool in there? But I would have to cover this with something decorative, eh? You agree? So let's do it. I could collage. I could do some collage work with different papers. Let's see. Sometimes I do the whole paper, like here. It's one whole sheet and I just tore out the center to give myself that window. And sometimes I piecemeal around the windows, like piece together little pieces of paper around. Washi tape would work really well for this too. Let's do a window. It looks normal to you. So I was going to show you the glue that I'm using right now. Where is it? Because you guys tend to, I always want, like, what glue are you using? It is not Art Glitter Glue, but it is a lot like it. And I have the bottle. Oh, here it is. It's almost gone. I got to buy a new bottle. Natural pH adhesive. pH neutral adhesive. Permanent PVA adhesive, dries clear, remains flexible. buffered for added protection. Shake well and apply at room temperature. Do not store in direct sunlight. Avoid freezing. It's by Line Co. Used for paper, board, framing, collage, crafts, and bookbinding. It's a bookbinding book glue. That's what's in here. I do have our glitter glue, but I always have trouble with it clogging, badly. And I just have less trouble with the PVA glue. So that's what I'm using. You have that one, Bearly Art and Art Glitter Glue. I do like the Bearly. This one, again, is this one and the PVA glue. They're thinner than Art Glitter Glue. So I feel like they flow easier. They're easier to work with. And as far as I'm concerned, that's how I feel. I'm going to look for some, while we're chit-chatting here, I'm going to look for some perhaps fabric scraps to use on this page. These are all my like thin bits. Thin bits. We got thin bits going here. Blue, red, cream colored back there. So like a blue would actually work. I try not to just overthink things too much. Like, just don't do it to yourself. Don't be so difficult and harsh on your little brain. Remember, crafty time is supposed to be fun time. It's not meant to be harsh and difficult and stressful on your heart and brain. It's supposed to be fun. So don't overthink. Don't overjudge yourself for the decisions you make. Just do and enjoy it. Like, I love how scrappy this side is. And it would be really fun to have that hanging out the edge. So if I did something like that, not sure yet, what would I cover this with? And I'm thinking a paper would be nice. This is kind of similar, except it's thinner than that. Let's see if we can find an even thinner strip. Yeah, so we get more of the window is what I'm thinking of. All right, let's use this one. And I think I will put the blue over the cream. Yes, yes. Let's cut this off. All right, I found a fabric, 2 fabric strips, and then let's do the rest paper, just to have a combo of the 2. So I need just like an L-shaped piece of paper. And this is about the right size. I didn't think too much. I just grabbed the one that was on the very top. It has blues in it, blues and greens. So that would work for me. Now I got to figure out how to cut it to size. So I'm going to stick it on here. I'm going to take a pencil, just a normal old pencil, and I'm going to mark, like, here's, whoops, where the edge of that paper is. I want to go a little, I don't want any of the white paper showing. So actually my line is going to be into the window. I'm going to just put some little ticks. Tick, tick, tick. That's in the window. This way, when I cut here, I'm giving myself like a little guide. When I cut along those little ticks, I know that it's still going to cover the window, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't need this top portion. I just need this L is what we're keeping. So, and in fact, do I want to cut or do I want to tear? Decisions. Let's tear, because I love the look of a tear. I don't know. Do you love the look of a tear? I hope I'm doing this right. Sometimes my mind doesn't do well with backwards things. That's why, I mean, I used to quilt, but I was like, man, it was too stressful for me, so I stopped. Oh, I don't need this piece. I don't need, well, I mean, I could keep it. I was going to put this up here, but actually, now that we got it sitting there, oh, yeah, let's do it. It's done. Easy breezy. Lemon squeezy. All right. I know, you guys, I'm a little wackadoos. A little bit. I hope you're okay with it. This is a little tall. It's a little tall for this piece. So do we want to lose, if I pull it down, I lose a bit of the window. If I pull it up, then I just have to lose that top. Right here. This is what we're going to lose from here to here. Easy, right? We can do this. We can do it. I love this. Feels like doing adult puzzles to me, and I find it very relaxing. I don't know. I would love to hear from you. Is watching this painful for you? Is this painful to watch me piecemeal this together? To me, it's like doing an adult puzzle that's pretty and of my own choosing. So I love it. But I wonder, what do you like to watch? Maybe this is painful for you. Sometimes I watch people and I'm like, oh, I would never do it that way. That doesn't offend me. It's just we're different people. We like to create in different ways. There's nothing wrong with that. I may end up, ugh, sticky Mickey. I may end up putting something over this edge as well. Sometimes I'm known to do that, although that does line up so perfectly right here. Sometimes if there's a gap there that shows the white, let me go back and show you what we did last night. Sometimes there's a washi tape piece there to cover, or I'll go right over the edge, like with that fabric. Did I not put enough glue right there? That would be true. True or false? Gracie didn't use enough glue. That's true. Okay, look it. I love this. Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, let me go back and look at comments. Sorry, girls. I'm thinking about selling my Cricut. Do you use yours often? You're asking me, Lynn. Gannon's presentation was really good. Thank you for asking that. It was about 17. He has between 10 and 15 minutes with the judges, and I think his was about 17 minutes long. I think I'm going to cut this down, actually, now that it's here. I'm going to cut it just about to window height. Anyway, it was about 17 minutes long. So he's going to continue to practice with some Deca friends, and then he's going to redo it for us in a couple of days after he has some time to practice. Now, in terms of the Cricut, let's talk Cricut. Everybody, comment in the comments. Tell us, do you use your Cricut often enough to justify keeping it? Do ya? Do ya? All right, if I put this here and it hangs over the edge, just a tish like this, I think that's lovely. Let's do it. Just not think about it too much. Actually, I'm going to use if I can get this out of here. I couldn't get it out last night. That's what she said. Does anyone know? I cracked myself up. Anybody Office fans? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I say things and because we've watched so much of The Office over the years, all that comes out of me is that's what she said. Like a seventh grade boy. I have sometimes the humor of, well, I live with boys, so as you can imagine, they have had a great influence on me. My children and my husband. So in regard to the Cricut, Wendy wants me to move the camera. I can. There you go. Is that better? You wanted to go back a little. It makes it easier if I go back, not in. Confirm, please, Wendy, because I would think that being closer would be better, but you tell me, friend, you tell me. I do not want that fabric showing from there, so I did actually a pretty decent job of that. The Cricut thing, I don't use my Cricut very often either, but when I do, it's so nice to have it. So I really love the scan and cut feature with my Cricut. I have a Cricut Maker. And sometimes I do cut vinyl for even around my house and things. So that's why I keep mine. But I understand if people, if it's like it's taking up too much room, I don't use it often enough. Now, make this a pocket or no? I could make this a little, I think I will. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have my moments with it. Lately, I am, Crafty Amber's answering. Lately, I'm using it, but who knows how long that will last. I do so many different things. I know, that's the thing. That's the thing, us creatives. Oh, wait, where are we going, Gracie? We're going this way. And I'm going to glue just the edges so we have a little pocket here. A side pocket out of these 2 pages, which I think will be lovely. I don't use mine very often. I leave it in my office. I don't even have it in this space because that's how infrequently I use it. But like I said, when I do use it, it's just so nice, especially fussy cutting images. Man alive, it's so much easier if you just let your Cricut do the work. Yay. I'm loving this. All right, what's going on here? Oh, you just glued it, Grace. You didn't even give it time to dry. That's what's going on. Just give it a minute. Don't be impatient. All right, that's that. These pages, we're just covering them. So these will get decorated more, added to more. There'll be more. Just this is like the first covering. And I haven't decided if I'll keep this or sell it. So that's another consideration. Once I get beyond this and filling all the pages with decorative pretty papers, then I decide, am I keeping it for myself or am I selling it? Because when I'm selling them, I like to do some decorating on the pages and especially on the edges, building some pockets and belly bands in. But I do also like to leave some pages blank so that whoever gets the book can use it however they want to use it, right? I don't want to fill every nook and cranny and then the person who gets it has no way of contributing to that book. That's not the point. Jenny, though, me being me, I would tie a rope to the couch and change my status to safely tied to couch. Please don't call the cops. What? Jenny, you're cracking me up. What else? Who else? Oh, on the Cricut issue, I do use it less than my other stuff, but I'm afraid if I get rid of it, I will regret it. That's how I feel, Amber. Crafty Amber, that's exactly how I feel. I don't use it that often, but I've already invested in it. Like depreciation wise, especially if you bought yours new, you've already invested in it. And so if you get rid of it, I have done this so many times over the years, gotten rid of something like my whole Stampin' Up! Collection. I got rid of it when we moved and now I'm buying all the stuff back. That was not smart in terms of money. That was not a smart move. But I was so overwhelmed with moving all my stuff that I was like, I don't use my stamps and stamp pads that often. I'm just going to get rid of them. And now I'm buying stuff back, which kills me. And I don't admit it to my husband. That's what she said. You do, Crafty Amber, you use that a lot. Oh my gosh, I say it too often. I feel like I'm glad I'm not the only one. We can live in teenage boyisms together. You also have a Cricut Joy. So maybe let go of one or the other of them, whichever one, if maybe you don't need both of them. You gave your Cricut to your granddaughter? Carol, I bet she loves it. I hope she's using it. Did I sew in the signatures? We sure did, friend. We sure did. They are all sewn in. You guys, I have to go use the restroom. If you don't know me, well, Lynn knows this. The girls who've been with me Wendy knows this. I have this painful bladder syndrome. When I've got to go, I mean, like, it hurts so bad. I got to go. So just talk amongst yourself about this Cricut issue. And you guys tell me, too, if you don't mind, magazine images. Do you use them? Do you like it in here? Tell me yay or nay on the magazine images. I want to know. Please. Please. I'll be right back. Okay, much better. Thanks for letting me go. I appreciate you guys. Yay or nay on the magazine images? I like mag images, but it takes time to tear them from their original home. Lynn, it's a really good thing to do while you're watching a movie or watching TV or, to me, that's tired crafting stuff. When you're too tired to do something that requires a lot of thought, I love to sit down with a stack of magazines and do that. Carol says her granddaughter uses it all the time. That's awesome. I know Debbie says, I don't have a Cricut, but your crafting changes and you never know when you're going to need it. Exactly. Exactly. Sue B. Oh, yes, I already answered that question. Yes, I did. I did so in the signatures. What do you think about, should we do more magazine images? I got to put something here, and I think I'm going to, I don't want to, I have this window. I have this window. So this window is going to get covered completely. There's just no doubt about it. I don't want every page to have windows. Let me just look through my papers. So these little paper scraps don't, for me, they don't get thrown out. I use them in the phone book or in an old journal, and we make collage pages out of them. So these I'm just going to put off to the side. I may use them here, or they may end up getting used in my phone book. I'm just going to make a little more room here, if you don't mind. Why are you not fitting? That is your home. You got to go back in there. All right, let's see what we got for pages here. Don't need all these pencils out either. I have the hardest time keeping my table cleared. All right, let's see. I have all this brown page here, so I think something decorative here would be appropriate, but to find something that coordinates well, maybe I should go to my magazine pages. These were the pages that I picked initially. Oh my gosh, I mean, there's no shortage for paper here. So paper isn't the issue, it's what do I want to use is the issue, like deciding what do I want to use. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the color of that door and these plants really does match this so well. And it would be interesting to have a door image next to this window. That would be cool. Could I? Oh my gosh. Look at. I don't want to lose the door though. The whole point is to have the door on this page. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. Let's just trim this down a little bit. Again, with the lack of space. It's an issue, we know. I know. This is not news to me at all that this is an issue. Okay. Let's get rid of the white and see what we get. Can I get this door on this page and keep that? I'm not going to be able to keep everything. It's clear to me now. What do we have here? Here we go. I'm getting just over 4 inches of space. So from here to here is 4 3/4. I'm not going to salvage all of that. If I go from here to here, I'm going to get this and a little bit of that, which is quite pretty actually. So I have to make a decision. Keep that. Keep that. Should I keep the table on this page, the table, or should I go with the floral? I know where I'm leaning. You tell me. Should I keep the table or should I keep the floral? I'm going to tell you after I decide. I want to hear what you have to say. I always take in what you have to say. And then I'm going to tell you where I'm leaning and why. If you use magazine pages, I Mod Podge over them because you don't like the glossy. Gotcha. That's a good idea. I like mag images, but it takes time to tear them. The item I can do without is my Big Shot. Oh, really? I love to use, I get it. I totally get it. I didn't get one for the longest time because I was like, man, I don't need one more gadget because this shit all takes up space. Like, I have 3 sewing machines now and they all take up space. I'm constantly tripping around this stuff in this room. I put one of my sewing machines in my bedroom. It's on the floor of my bedroom because I kept having to walk around it. I don't have enough space. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Not that I'm complaining. I sound like a whiner. Stop whining, Gracie. But the Big Shot, I did not get it for the longest time. I only really wanted it for the embossing, and that's truly what I use it for because I love emboss. In fact, let's put some embossed pages in here. What are we thinking? Let me grab my emboss. This is just embossed paper. I wish that there was 8.5 by 11 embossing option. And I know you can use your Cricut Maker for embossing, so I got to figure that out. I've been looking at those, but I really can't take another craft, right? Time or space. Lynn, I'm with you, friend. So here's what I would, the floral with the stairs. Crafty Amber thinks floral with the stairs, and so does, oh my gosh, so does Jen. Jen thinks floral with the stairs, so does Creative Notions. Hello, hello. Crafty Amber says table. Omega Days. Hello, hello, Omega Days. Creative Curiosities. Welcome. Thanks for being here, you guys. Carol, thanks for the compliment. Katie Smith George, I like your name. Hello, hello, Suman. We're talking crafty supplies. All right, I'm leaning toward the table, and here's why. First of all, if I go with this, then this green is going to be right next to this. I'm not sure that I like that. I kind of like the door on the right-hand side of the page spread, and this is reminiscent of the wood that I appreciated so much in here. The wood is like really soft and neutral. Oh, good gravy. Look this, girls. I don't want that there. But if I cut it right here, that is the length of the book. Oh, excuse me. That is the length of what we're trying to cover. All right, let's keep cutting down because I know I'm not going to do this. This isn't coming with me. Let's get a better feel for this. Let's get rid of this edge, this white edge. Right now, it's like peanuts at that steak restaurant. I just throw the stuff on the floor and I'll clean it up when I'm done. I am thinking this, but then what do I do about that? I love this. Here's where we are. The page ends. Oh, look it. I'm not even getting that in. No, we can't have that. I need to have the full door. I'm thinking, girls, what if we did it as a fold out? Man, I have to lose. Girls, at some point you just have to bite it. You just have to say, if this is what you're going to do, let's commit to it and figure it out. Okay. I hate to lose these florals. They are gorge, but we're doing it. We're going to lose them. We're going to cut right here and see what we get. Goodbye, beauties. Look at the little clock. It's so cute. All right. We have this. I kept this part of the banister because it's over the steps anyway. So now we know there's a set of stairs here going up, right? That makes it really obvious. But now, what did I say? I have 4.5 inches. Geez, girls, I have 4 inches to keep. From here, if I kept 4 inches, I'm only getting, I'm super visual, you guys. So this is what helps me make decisions. From here, if I get to keep 4 inches and I want that banister, this is what we get to keep. If I lose the banister and I go into the closer to the door, that's what I get to keep. It's not that much of a difference with the table. So I guess I'm going to go like this and chop off right here. Come on, I can't pick it up. Or we could do this. We could just glue this down right over into this crease. We could do that. And then I have to figure out what to do here. I think I'm going to end up covering it with something else. So let's get down to it. Let's go over. Let's make some decisions here, Gracie, because I don't know, after a while, it's like, just stop. Just stop and make, Grace, just stop and make a decision, please. All right, let's do it. We're going to take this off. We're going to go over, and then we're going to find something to cover these words. We're going to glue this like this. I'm going to lose. You're probably saying, I'm going to lose my mind if you keep going on and on about this. I'm going to lose this little itty bit right here because it just looks like a white trim. It doesn't even look like it belongs. Wait, I think I need a new blade here. Clearly. Gracie needs a new blade. Oh. Okay. Do you not see how much time and effort, energy, emotional energy I put into picking this stuff? Good gravy, Grace, right? Just go for it, friend. I get you if that's what you're saying to me. All right, let's glue her down. Let's just glue it. I like to glue it, glue it. I like to glue it, glue it. I like to glue it, glue it. I don't know what the next words are. Glue it. What does he say in there? Something. All right, where's my little gluey sheet? My little gluey sheet. Here it is. Gluey, gluey. Anybody want to sing with me? Minerva's Touch. Hello, hello, welcome. We're crafting and creating today. Natalie, hello. How are you? Thanks, guys, for being here. Were you singing with me? I like to glue it, glue it. I'm dancing, too. You can't see me, but I am dancing. I'm wiggling what I got. And boy, girls, I got a lot. She's wiggling what she got. This is just gooey glue. So I'm just going to try to get it. No, it's not. Now it's hardened glue. Now it's clogging because Gracie never covers her glue in time. I don't know where the freaking cover went. Oh, good gravy, Grace. You did it. I can hear my dad. My dad has long gone. He's been gone for years, unfortunately. God rest his soul. Love my dad so dearly. But he used to, oh, there was my cover and it just went off the edge of the table. He used to say to me, you did it to yourself. Whenever I'd do something like I would overeat something and make myself sick when I was young. And he would say, well, you did it to yourself, Gracie. Like, that's what you get for eating too many cakes, cookies. We're Italian, so I would eat olives like they were going out of style. And then the next day I would be all bloated and my rings wouldn't fit. And it's like, well, you did it to yourself, Gracie. All right, magazine pages are very susceptible to getting rippled up when you glue with wet glue. So I'm going to actually go with this glue because if I go with the wet glue, it like really does ripple. And if you like the texture, go for it. If you like to glue it with texture, if you like to glue it, I say go for it, girl. But just keep it in mind that you may get a little bit of a pimple appearance. A little bit like my backside. I'm just on a roll today, girls. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Speaking of rolls, we were watching something yesterday. Oh, my son likes to watch this guy on YouTube who brings his family. Like, listen, I could tear this off. I got to figure out what to do right here. Oh, good gravy, girls. Make a decision, Gracie. We're going to tear this like that. And I'm going to find something to cover up there. Don't you worry. My son likes to watch this family. They do like all these trips. The guy does all these kind of fishing trips with his kids. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. He has 3 boys. You know, we're a boy family, so I love watching this family go on these trips. And they YouTube video all their trips, fishing, hunting, stuff like that. And they go around and like my dream, I was like, I want them to adopt me because everywhere they go, they try all the local foods, like whatever it is. They're really adventurous. They don't like say, oh, I don't eat shrimp or I don't eat this or I don't eat that. They just eat it. Like, this is what they eat here. This is what we're going to eat. And I love that about them. And I said to my son, I want them to adopt me because I love to eat all those foods. Yesterday they were eating rolls for breakfast. Should I just piece in another like bit of this and call it good? Like we're just gonna adopt a little bit of that here. Yeah, we're just gonna cover it, girls. We're not gonna worry too much. Hey, is it Darler? Lori. Oh, it's Lori. Lori. Hello. Welcome. Red Cat Creations. Love your name. All right, who are sellers? Let's do seller shout outs. How many of you are selling on YouTube? Whatnot. How many of you are selling here on Whatnot? And what do you sell? let my crafty chicks know, the other crafty chicks here, we all want to know, what do you sell? When do you sell it? Do you have shows that we can bookmark? Please go bookmark my shows. Please. By the way, like shameless plug. I am not too full of pride to ask you for your business and for your support. So please bookmark my shows, but let's bookmark all of each other's shows. Who sells? What do you sell? When's your next show? Just don't be fearless and put it in the comments. You love this page, Debbie? Oh, I love this page too. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate your comment so much. Debbie, I've been watching you yoga. Um, I watch you, girl. I got to get my body moving. I'm so proud of you. I don't want to sound silly or anything. I don't want you to feel like I'm being silly, but I really am proud of you that you put your health and your yoga practice at such a priority. I admire it so much. Every time I see you, I'm like, yeah, she's doing it again. And it reminds me I should be doing that too. Okay, Natalie, I want to get your name right, so I'm looking at it closely. Natalie Natty's Designs. Me, I sell kids' clothing, and she's a newbie here. She loves crafts and have tons. I might do also craft show one day, but it's hard to let go of my items. I don't know. I completely get it, girl. I get it. You're having your first show, Callie Callie having her first show at 11 Eastern, so it's 10 a.m. Central for all you crafty chicks who follow me on a regular. So I'm doing the conversion for them, because for some people, sometimes it's hard for me. I go the wrong direction. My family went to Wyoming for snowmobiling recently, and I'm like, okay, so it's an hour. You're an hour ahead, and he's like, no, we're an hour behind. Sometimes I do it wrong too. So will be today at 11 a.m. Central. No, excuse me, 10 a.m. Central, 11 Eastern. She loves to craft and junk journal. We junk journal lovers. I'm watching you and watching paper dry in my oven so I can have chaos bundles tomorrow. Minerva's Touch, good job. Sandy sells fabric. She's a seller of fabrics and starting junk journals. Her next show is in 10 minutes. Girl, don't be stealing my folks, but get it. All right, I'm going to follow you back. I didn't realize that I was not. So Sandy Pettigrew, and I'm going to your profile and I'm going to bookmark, because I want to hang out with you, Sandy. Can I? Look at her sewing, girl. Oh my gosh, I'm bookmarking. Do you know what bookmarking means? Can I show you? Look at interjected here. Just knock over all those glues. Why not? Here, this little thing right here, this little bookmark. When you do this, it's bookmarked. And then you'll get a little reminder on your phone if you have your phone set up to get reminders. So bookmark all her shows. And look at how sweet that vintagey girl is. Whoa, you have a lot set up, girlfriend. So yeah, do that. Bookmark. Go in there. Sandy Pettigrew. She has a show coming up. All right. Wait, I got to get back to you. Wait, where are you? Friends, where are you? Oh, wait, I got to get rid of those screens. I love this page, you guys. I love it. Oh my gosh, this paper, it's wallpaper. These are wallpaper pages. I got them off Etsy. They're printables, but they're wallpaper designs. We have a friend who owns a local glass and paint shop, and I messaged him the other day and I said, hey, do you have any old wallpaper samples? And he's like, yeah, we threw them out 15 years ago. I was like, okay, I guess I can't get them from him. And I've bought wallpaper samples off Etsy a couple of years ago, but I've used them all. So I was like, this came up, and it's a printable, and he has tons of them. And now the rest of them, I think, are under this mat. I put them under here because once they got printed out, they started curling from the ink. But look at all these gorgeous designs. Are you kidding me? The colors are amazing. So I printed out all of them once so that I have them all to use in my creative pages. And then when I need them, I can print them out again. I love printables. I love me some printables. Okay, this Debbie saying she loves this page. Thank you. We built in a little pocket so that we have this little window so we can showcase something there. And because thankfully the wallpaper on this magazine page picture of this gorgeous door is very neutral. So I was able to just cover up that little spot that had the wording on it. You saw me tear it off and cover it up, and it almost looks like just a continuation of the wallpaper. I love this. Man, I would struggle to cover this with anything. If anything, if I needed to, if I bought this book for me, if I were you and I bought this book for me, I would be tempted to do something like this. Small piece of plain paper. Of course, rusty crusty, because that's what I love. I might glue it here so that I don't lose any of this. I don't lose any of that. And then I would have a journal spot or spot to put a photo or a quote or like a poem or a prayer, song lyrics, whatever you're journaling. And I hope you're journaling all of the things that make you happy. So how many of you use your journals on a regular basis? Minerva, she says they're like a junk journal, but more chaotic. She's talking about her chaotic. Did somebody ask you something? I have somebody must have said something. Been scrapbooking for years, but loving the junk journals. Patty, I've discovered for myself. Sandy, girl, thank you for saying that. I've been like that before too. Like where like I have to go, but I'm really enjoying hanging out with somebody. Look at that. It's hilarious. Look what was on the other side of that magazine page. That little table setting. How do we lose that? Oh my gosh. Do I need to just build that into that page? I don't know how I don't do that. How do you not do that? Oh, friends. Wait, where are my fabric strips? Where's my mind is going now on this? My mind. It goes, and it goes. Here's a little skinny strip of something I could put here. Oh my gosh, that's prettier. What? I could build this as a little tuck spot too. Jeez, Grace, calm down. I'm getting myself all excited. All right, I only need a little strip. I have an idea. I only need a little strip. Strippy strip. Give me a strippy. Strippy dippy. Yeah, I mean, you know all my formal art language that I use. I am not. My son had the opportunity to take an art class. He's taking, all right, both of my boys, they took advanced classes in high school. I'm not saying that to make them like show off or anything. But when they got to senior year, they really didn't need, they had taken so many credits through junior year that like Gannon didn't really need to take more classes this last semester of his senior year in high school. He could have taken like art. He could have, but we chose, I said to him, like, if you can handle it, take a college class at the high school. So we'll pay for the credits. The credits now will always be cheaper than they will be next year through your 4 years of college. So let's just pay for the credits now. So he's taking like communications, or like he's trying to take some basic college classes that are going to be required, like English and POD and things like that. But anyway, he had the opportunity to take art. He didn't have to take a college class. I was like, man, take art. I said, I wish I had taken art in high school. We didn't have that option. I went to an all-girls Catholic high school. We didn't have art. We had all the basics. We didn't have an option for art. Where was art when I was at high school? It didn't exist. All right, what do I want to cover with? We have brown here, so I think we can go super decorative here. We can go wallpaper again. So let me go through. Let's look at what we have here for our wallpaper stash. We did use this color way back. Let's see, way back here. And I don't mind repeating. That would kind of add a really pretty touch here. So let's do it. Let's put this here, but I got to get this window opened up. Ah, jeez. Now's the challenge. So what I'm going to do is a pencil mark again on the back side to help me out. Pencil mark like here. This is just the way my mind works. Here, pencil mark here, because I can't cut. All right, I want to make sure that my ruler is as straight as possible. So I'm going to line up the top edge of my ruler. I know it's not a lot, but to the top edge of the envelope so that I know that my ruler is at least semi-straight. So that this line I'm getting, I hope, is semi-straight. But I don't want to go beyond there. right? And then from this side, I don't want to go beyond here. No, I want to be just on the inside of the window. All right, there and there. And then I got to get my top and bottom. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to go over here so that I can get my horizontal lines fixed on here. Same thing. If I use the edge of my ruler with the edge of the envelope, hopefully I'm going to get the straightest line possible. And I'm just going to give myself this grid so I know where to cut my paper. Probably be easier if I go this way. I'm going to cut my paper there. So that's the window I need right there. And I think I actually will cut these. I wonder if I could do it. I just had an idea. Gracie just had an idea again. Hold on. I wonder if I could. If I use a tear ruler, it's generally a little rougher than if I use a straight knife, right? So if I use a tear ruler, if I get this opened up a little bit so I can get my fingers in there. So I just did this like a big H. So I can get my fingers in there. And then I want to tear here. I want it torn. I like the idea of the torn edge rather than a straight edge. So, you know, it's extra effort, but I think it's worth it. Let's see what kind of hole we can create. I could go further beyond here. And I'm purposefully like, see how I'm tearing it wonky so that it's not even as straight as the ruler's edge. But I'm using the ruler to guide me so I don't go beyond the ruler. But I'm tearing it purposefully wonky. Again, formal art terms here. We do formal art terms. I'm from Boston, so every once in a while my Boston accent comes out. Even though I live in the Midwest. I live in North Dakota, only for love. I met my husband, and this is where he lived and worked. So I moved from Boston to here to be with him. Good gravy. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? All right, look. We're really off. We're really off. Wait, we have like all this here. We can tear more. My lines are off a little bit, so let's keep tearing. I'm going to tear up to the line. Let's open up more of this little seam. I'm going to see if I can salvage this seam. Oh my gosh, it's cute. But I can go further up. I was being awfully cautious over here. You can always tear off more. It's better than tearing off too much and having to start over again, in my opinion. Let's go a little bit this way too. Let's just go right to the edge. We're going to the edge of the line. We're going to be daring. Remember I said I throw all my paper scraps on the ground? It is better for me if I do that because look what happens to my table if I don't. Like I just have a sea of these little bitty paper. These I won't throw out. Those are big enough to keep for my phone book. The other ones, that's the goal. All right, now I still feel like I'm losing a lot here. What's going on? Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Hello, hello, and welcome if you're coming on in. We're just crafting and chatting this morning. I thought I'd do a little crafty chatty over here and whatnot. I started this book, girls. Where did I start this book? Was this Craft Therapy Club? I don't remember. Someone tell me where I started this book. I think it was in the Craft Therapy Club. Katie Smith, George. Not really. No, not a house journal. I'm just using magazine pages to help decorate. I wish I hadn't torn this, but I mean, we can touch up maybe a piece of fabric or something there. I really feel like I have more room. I'm right at the edge here. If I go any further, I'm going to get this black and white, which I don't want. But do I have any room? I really don't really have much more room here. But if I keep this design this way, what we're going to end up with is this little, my idea was to do a belly band here, like a tiny little spot to hold something. How cute would that be if I glued this on top? This is my idea. I know it's very unique. I know. Just bear with me, friends. I'm letting my mind run amok. We're going to be totally free and wild here, and we're just going to do it for the sake of trying it because it's interesting and it's different. And because I don't know, have you ever seen anybody do this before? I don't think I have, but I mean, I'm not taking, I mean, maybe someone has done it in the history of journal making. I don't know. What do I know? I just know I think it's kind of a cool idea to have this little fabric spot where we can tuck thingies in there. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm just going to edge it up a little so it's not so tight. That way it's easier to get to and to see that that's going to be a little tucky spot. Okay, like that. I think it's interesting. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, I think you're interesting. Oh, goodness gracious, girl. Katie, Kate. Resonate Sunshine. Katie, Kate. She's excited that you're here. I love that you're excited that you're here. That she's here. All right. It's Bizarro. I know. It's a little weird. It's a little unusual. I'm kind of thinking also, I want to see how brown we are over here. I might want to tone this down with some paper down here or fabric. So, but I'm going to go with this because it's different and unusual and because I can. Listen, because I can is reason enough to do what you want. I mean, as long as you're not hurting somebody else. I mean, in all honesty, like, let's caveat that. I mean, in the world of crafting. Because I can and I want to, girl, it unconventional, never seen anybody do that, not sure that I like it. That shouldn't hold you back, is I guess what I'm saying. You do you, girl. You do you. If you like it, but you think it's a little weird and other people would think it's weird, that's what I try to teach my kids. Just be you. Don't worry about what other people, your responsibility is not what other people think about you. Your responsibility is to be the best version of yourself that God created you to be. And likely, more often than not, that means you're going to be different because we've all been created different to fulfill and meet different needs in the world. So that means, now look at me, I'm getting all preachy now. That means just you be you. Be different and don't worry about what other people think about it. It doesn't matter what they think. Not that you don't matter to me, but you get what I'm saying? Like, just go be you. I got this white line here and I'm not loving that. I'm going to let that dry and I think I'm going to cut that off. I could cover it with something like a ruffle or something, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to focus on now is maybe toning this down just a tish. You know me with my tishes, just a tish. This is very brown, obviously. If I wanted, and this is very soft, like coffee stained cotton. So like if I wanted to tone this down, I think I would do it with a lighter colored versus a darker colored. Like, look at how dark this one is. Toning it down, that doesn't tone it down to me. That just makes it even more somber. So I'm going to look for light colored paper. Maybe even, should we use a chunk of, should we use a chunk of this stuff? No. Well, no, we shouldn't. I just answered my own question. All right, I'm looking at my scraps of, hang tight, I gotta grab them. Scraps of coffee stained papers. Each one of them is a little unique, right? They each have different markings and colorings about them. Look at, I did coffee stained. This was in an adult coloring book that I didn't like. It had shells. I tore it out of the book and I coffee stained it, thinking maybe there'll be some reason for me to want that someday, but most likely I will use it like this someday. Either way, it's going to get used. All right, let's look at these strips. Strippy strips. Some of them have stenciling on them and are more yellow because I sprayed some inks on them, and some aren't. Some have pinks on them. I'm looking through to just see if anything grabs my attention. What is this about? What are you all about with that dark mark? What are you all about with that dark mark? I actually like it, yet it's not tall enough. All right, no worries. Let's do this. Let's rippy rip. And actually, I purposefully ripped it. Can you see what I'm doing here? So that I can see the orange all the way around. So I'm not basing it on the bottom and totally cutting off all that orange. I'm going to pull it up a little so that I can see the orange. It's just about balance. So then we would actually have pocket here to stick it to, and when I sell my books normally, like pocket here to stick a tag, pocket here to stick something. If there's a place to stick something, I usually stick something in it. Like I don't just let it ride alone because I want the person who buys the book to realize, oh, there's a pocket there. Look at, if we put something really tall in here, it's going to even obscure that. And that would be like a little peekaboo. Like I have this little card sitting here, which just happens to be orange. It's going to hold all kinds of stuff. I don't know what that weird laugh was. I have no idea. I'm going with it. Unique. It's me. It's different. I don't know where it came from. It doesn't matter. Girl, just create what you want. just be creative in whatever little way your heart chooses to be creative. I'm going to always advocate for that. Let's not limit our creativity. Let's just be who you were meant to be, girl. All right, I'm going to stick something in there because it just feels right. It just feels right to showcase that we have little pockets here. All right, this one, you're giving me a little trouble. This just got stuck on my little piece of paper, so I'm going to glue that down a little bit so we don't want to have any trouble there. We don't want any trouble from you later. I better let this all dry before I stick something in there. This page now, I have to decide. Here, we're at the center of this signature. There's only one signature in this. Here, do we want something wild? Like that? This has a little bit of reddish orange in it. That is pretty cool to me. And then do I want to do something here? Like I could take one of the peoples, you know, the peoples that I love to work with. Hold on. Let me grab a peoples. I'm thinking about putting the peoples in a box. I have them all like this, and it's been irritating me lately. It gets on my nerves that I have to like pull each little one out and try to find somebody of the peoples to use. So I might just end up, what if he was sitting right there? That's hilarious to me. I might just end up putting all of my peoples in one big box so I can just sift through them. Look at this. Look at this shoddy execution right here. Glue it down, Gracie. I get so excited I forget to follow through. That's what she said. Why? Why am I like that? I don't know. I have been totally, my mind has been totally hijacked by The Office. That's what she said. Oh my gosh, I'm so funny to myself. If you don't find me funny, it's okay. It's okay. I don't take offense. Some people are offended by that. That's what she said thing. That's to me, it's so innocent and funny. And I have boys in my house and they think it's funny. So that makes me even think it's even funnier. I know it's probably not right, but it's true. I'm just being honest with you, friends. All right, it's just taking a little dab of glue here and there to get this to stay down. I don't want the glue to mar up my little window, so I'm going to be careful. Instead of pulling when I wipe away the glue, like I can do up on the paper, when I'm down here on this window, I'm just going to dab and pick up the glue that way. All right, that's better. This is still a little wonky. I might be better off with a glue like this. Debbie, you're back. Vintage Gem Ginley? Hello, Vintage Gem. I had to go get ready to take my daughter to the doctor. What did you decide with that picture with the text on it? Crafty Amber from Kentucky. The picture with the text on it. Oh, I'll show you. We just made an extension of the wallpaper. Is kind of how I feel. But you just take a minute and check it out. Take a minute and see. We're going to go back for Miss Amber. For Crafty Amber from Kentucky. Crafty Amber from Kentucky. I love that name. Girls, I'm running out of room around me for all the chit. I did not swear. I said chit. just so you know. It's C-H-I-T. I feel like I'm very clever when I do that. I know it probably isn't, but let me have what I feel. Okay, Amber, look. I tore off the words, and I didn't actually even need to do that. I took an extra piece of this that was left over, and I just tore it to extend that wallpaper above the table and the door. Your thoughts? Your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. Hello and welcome, everybody. Oh, Resonate Sunshine. What glue do I use? This particular glue that is in this bottle. Oh, my thing just fell off the back of my table. Is this Natural pH Adhesive from Line Co. That's what I'm using. I poured it in here. One of those, whatever they're called, frosting bottles. That's what I'm using right now. Oh my gosh, my little date stamper went flying off the back of my table when my glue fell. It happens sometimes. All right. So this page here, I gotta think here. I gotta think about what. Honestly, I'm feeling like stenciling with an ink. Like taking one of my stencils that have a floral or a fleur-de-lis or something and just stenciling a little and not doing anything else to that. And then if I stick something like that back there, there's not a lot of fabric in here yet, and there probably will end up being, you know, I usually like to put fabric trim on the edges of my books. There's this little bit of fabric there, there's a little bit of fabric here, but usually my books have more fabric in them. So this is at such beginning stages that I'm not sure. How freaking funny would that be? And this here, I left this so that if I wanted to put beadwork here, I could. But if I'm thinking about actually, wow, this isn't quite wide enough. I can always reprint these. Like I only printed one of each of these. I do like this on this page, but it's not quite wide enough. Let's try some things here. Let's get all creative on ourselves. Now this one, obviously, I forgot to put borderless printing on this one. My printer will do borderless printing. I just forgot on this one somehow, because look, that one's borderless. I just messed up on this guy. We're not gonna hold Grace totally accountable for her lack of remembering, are we? It's okay. It's only a piece of paper, for goodness sake. For goodness sake, girls. We're not gonna get worked up over it. This is not gonna, it's not gonna cover the whole thing, but maybe that's a good thing. I don't like the white. I don't like it. Get rid of it. Oh no, we've got to pull the other way. Pull the other direction. You know that. Pull toward you, you get white. Pull away. The white is on the back. It's showing the paper pulp, and I don't want to see that on this page because it's sticking out like a sore thumb, as you can see. Now, stick with me here, girls. Stick with me. I got an idea. Again, Gracie has an idea for this page. We're gonna, we want to tear the other way. We want to tear the other way. How far do I have to go to cover this whole thing? Oh, now we're getting real organic with the way this is ripping. And I want to go in my stitch line. I don't know why, just because I like the stitch line, so why hide it? Now, if I cover this, get away from me, you. If I cover this, all my stitching, I'm all right with that. It actually is going to secure your book really well. If you put something right over it and glue that down, it's going to secure it really well. And then I still will have my, can you see my little strings here? I don't even want to tell you what that just made me think of, woman. Woman with your raunchy mind. Oh my Lord, Gracie. What is wrong with me, girls? Okay, if I glue this down, covering up my strings and still have this here, I can still put beads here if I want to. I can cut it off if I want to. I'm likely to put beads because I think that would be really cool hanging out of this book. A few little beads hangly, dangly down there. But I think I'm going to cover this way so that when I turn to this page, we'll have that because I really love that. And that will like cover up a lot of that brown. I don't know why I did that. Just I've got to cover up that brown. I mean, I love the brown paper, but it doesn't need to be so focal. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need to have the top spot here. It doesn't need to be the star of the show. Lynn, did you think the same thing? Lynn, you and I, our minds are alike. I hope to see you again soon. Crafty Amber from Kentucky, thanks for being here. Take your daughter to the doctor appointment and you have a great day. Have a blessed day. Something about germs up here. Katie. She says, same in my area, and I have 2 boys, and you know that they are with germs. Well, my oldest anyway, my youngest does much better with germs. Oh, goodness. There's a lot of sickness going around in my area. I told my son, so you guys, for those of you who don't know, my son Gannon, who's still here home with me, the other one's at college now, freshman in college, and Gannon will be there next year. Bam, one after the other. We're going to be empty nesters. My son Gannon, my younger son, has Crohn's disease, so he is on Stelara, which is an immune blocker. And I told him, like, there's so much sickness here. My husband told me that acquaintance of ours, she had like kind of like a walking pneumonia RSV thing going on, and they could not admit her at our local small hospital. The beds were too full. They had to like get her down to Fargo, which is 2.5 hours away, to find her a bed so she could be treated and recover from it. She runs a daycare, so talk about germs, right? But I was saying to my son, I'm like, please, child, wash your hands at school a lot, especially before you eat. We do bagged lunch every day. He doesn't like school lunches. So we make him a sandwich and send him with an apple and some granola bars every day. So I said, please, before you eat your lunch, please, please, please wash your hands. I do not need that child getting sick. You know, when your immune system is already in a bad place, it's more likely that someone like that will get sick if there's crap going around, right? Chit going around. Okay, this is strange. It's strange, I know, but look, we get this on this window. Oh, it's a little tight. There's my little helper. My hamburger helper here. I don't know why or where my mind goes the way it does. Only God knows, I guess. After all, he created me this way. Okay. Here we get this beautiful green. Here we get that. Or we're going to get something else that may be stuck in there, right? Like if I put some other image in there, we're going to get the girls or whatever you end up putting in there if you decide. This would be cool to actually decorate that little bit, but I'll worry about that later. This I'm happy with. And so like I said before, I have to decide what to do down here. As I said before, I do like having some pages be very plain and not doing a lot to them, and then having pages a little more done up. Whether I'm using the book myself or I'm going to sell it. Wait, no, I'm clogged. Girls, I went too, oh, I squeezed it. It came out really fast all on its own. Now I have that big bunch of glue that I don't need. Oh, looking for a tool here. We're going to use this little silicone thing to spread that out. I need you to be down here too. You can't just be all in one spot. It doesn't work for me. I will further be doing these pages, I'm sure. And I'm stumped here. I don't know what to do here. This might be a good place. Oh, maybe I do know what to do. Gracie, don't lie. Don't say you don't know what you're doing and then just do it. I have an idea. It always starts that way. I have an idea. All right, she's running with it. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. Like, I have so much work to do, you guys. It's not even funny. I've been thinking about this recently. When you own a business, like I have a creative business, I got work to do. Like there are things I need to do with We're changing members of my paid membership group, the Craft Therapy Club. It's $15 a month. I have 2 different billing systems. I'm trying to get down to one because it costs a small arm and a leg. Well, not a small, it costs an arm and a leg or a small fortune to have both running at the same time. And I want to get rid of one of them. So I'm trying to get everybody moved over to the one system. But that means there are like 30 people left. So I have to try to like tag them, reach out to them, email them, and all that stuff takes time to get them to move over to this other system. I would rather be in here playing all day long. Oh, excuse me for that loud bang. I gotta get a supply and that stuff was in my way. I would rather play in here all day long, but I don't have the luxury of doing that because I got shit to do, girls. I got work to do. So I would rather play. I'm looking for who took it. I always say that. Who took it? I was looking for an old credit card. And you know I have about a gazillion somewhere in this place. It's just finding out. I'm going to use this. I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a little journaling spot here. Let's see if we can do this. Where's my gluey book page? Like my scrap paper. Yeah. I don't want them to be all straight. I don't need them to be all perfect. I'm not going to use a ruler, but the straight edge is going to help me get straighter. They may be wonky in within each other, but little journaling spot. I'm going to add one more right here just because I feel like it. Just because I feel like it and I can. How's that for an answer? I tell my husband that. My kids actually say to me sometimes, or they say to my husband, if I ask for something, like, or if I declare something, I'm not cooking tonight. I don't want to cook. And my boys now say, well, Dad, she wants what she wants. And like, I don't have to tell you why. I don't need to, I'm just telling you, this is what I want. Look at, we just made very light marks so that somebody could journal or write something there if they wanted to. See how this is darker brown than that one? Yay or nay with it? Yay or nay? I could actually make it a pocket as well. So you don't know. That's what you do with a pocket. Or I could just glue the sucker down. She wants what she wants. Gannon always says that about me. Dad, she wants what she wants. Yeah, like, don't question me. It could be something wacky, like, I want to sit, in the back seat today. Because it would have to be something that makes sense. You drive around that street, I want to go look at that house. What? I want what I want. Can you just go over there? I want to look at that house. It could be something like that. And my boys know now. Don't argue with her. It's good training for when they have wives. Don't question a woman. She wants what she wants. All right. I actually, look at me. I'm getting all ambitious and stuff. I actually glued it so that it can be a tuck spot that way. It's not a full pocket. It's more of a tuck spot and a journaling spot. This one is an actual pocket. This one, we have a little extra room here. So if something extended beyond, it could. Because I feel like this is a little bit narrow, but I like to be able to see sometimes those edges. Not always, but sometimes. Crafty girl, thanks for being here. Hey, mom of 3. Welcome. Grace, I hope to see you again soon. Time to take my daughter. Oh, I saw that one already. My boys are 15 months apart, so I feel you. One is a junior in high school. The other is a sophomore. Oh, Katie Smith George. That was my kids. They're 20 months apart. And one was a junior, one a senior. Now, senior and freshman. So next year we are going to be empty nesters. Crazy. Lynn, I almost brought that up, but I know not everybody here on Whatnot would know what I'm talking about if you were not hanging out with us last night. Did you know that my knee was sliced open by my oldest child on Sunday on the way to church, nonetheless? On the way, and you know what, Lynn? I didn't even tell you guys this. It gets even funnier because Gracie is as Gracie does. Gracie you never know what you're gonna get with Gracie around. He sliced through. I mean, they're not even my favorite pants, but they fit me. So in that regard, they fit me and I'm not uncomfortable in them. I deal with a ton of pelvic pain. I have this bladder condition. I had a hysterectomy in June, which has helped tremendously. But I deal with pelvic pain. Just graduated from pelvic pain specialist physical therapy. So I have a lot of like pelvic pain. So my pants, I can't have pants that are super tight around my belly. I can't do tummy tucker pants. Like as much as I'd like to tuck that stuff in, it hurts. So I have to be super comfy. And these one pair of pants I wore to church are like the only nice pair of pants that I'm comfy in. And he sliced right through them. And we were on our way to church. Gannon was serving on the altar. He's an altar server. So he was serving. So he likes to be there a half hour before mass. We go to 7:30 a.m. mass. It was 7 a.m. and we're in the garage. And I'm like, I think I'm bleeding. And so my husband pulls back into the garage. Sure enough, we go into the kitchen and I pull up my pants, like up to right above my knee. And the gash, I'm not kidding you, it's about 3.5 inches wide. And we debated because it was bleeding like crazy. I was like, oh, that's bigger than I thought. Because the slit in my pants was about this big, but the gash on my leg was like this big. I'm like, dang. I was like, you ruined my good pants. That's all what I care about. My husband was like, who cares about your pants? Go get the first aid kit. So butterflied it closed, all the stuff. But yeah, the pants. I was most worried about the pants. Most worried about my pants getting ruined. Now it doesn't really hurt that bad, thankfully. Thankfully it doesn't really hurt. Um I don't want to get my other knee sliced off. No, I don't. My poor child. I know he felt super bad. I know he did. All right, we're beyond the midway point here. So this is a good thing. What time is it? It's almost 10 a.m., which means I've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. I love sharing with you guys, but let's check it out. I love every once in a while to do a little, let's do a little flip through. All I'll do for that problem or that little is just stick something heavy on this, or put it under a stack of books or something. Until that, when I come back to it next, the paper will remember to stay closed. Right now it's not because we've just added so many things. I love that this is coffee stained paper, but I did sew onto this edge a little piece of fabric. And man alive, why does that get me so excited? I don't know, but it does. These are all like bank statement envelopes, my Otter Tail Power Company utility envelopes for the bills. Like we're putting all these bill envelopes to work. These are all the bills I get in the mail. Not happy mail, but I'm making it happy mail by decorating. I love this whole spread. This is just a little tucky spot there just to break up that massive floral paper. We're doing a little journal flip through just to see where we're at. Oh gosh, I love this page too. Look at, I have this going on here too. Uh-oh, that is not completely glued. Hang tight. Hang tight. We're gonna put a little glue there and I think it's gonna ooze because I did too much. Oh no, it didn't. It just soaked it right up. Okay. Okay. This is another favorite of mine. I want those chairs, by the way. They look like stadium chairs or old like theater chairs because they're connected, friends. Those chairs are connected and the seats go up. Probably beyond my budget. I can't afford stuff like that. When you see that at an antique store, Gracie admires, but she cannot buy. Story of my life. Story of my life. She goes, ooh, I'm not sure that I love this. Okay. Uniformed, and then I get here and it feels really disjointed. I don't like it. Okay, when we put something in here, that feels better to me. It's the two holes next to each other I don't like. So I'm not going to get rid of this at all. I love that sound. But when this book gets sold, I will absolutely cover this up or let's do a flip out. Let's do, and this might be the right paper for it, because I have this paper throughout. Maybe what I'm going to do is attach this here and just create another page in between them so that they're not right next to each other, because I'm not loving those next to each other at all. I like each one of them. Like, I love that. I like that. But that together, no. No. I don't like it. So something in between would be rather nice. Yes? Let's do it. Why talk about it, Gracie? I don't want to lose this here, this gorgeous edge. It's too short this way. It's a little too long this way, but I can cut it down. I have an idea. We said when I made my mind up, then I'm like, okay, I have an idea. We're going to cut it down to size, not you. I want the other ruler. And we are going to do a tip out. So first, Grace, I'm a righty, so I have to get this going the other direction, girls. After this, I got to go. After this. But if you want to see what I have an idea for here, stick around. Stick around, my friend. Hold on. We're just going to cut this. This is, I know I'm off camera a little bit. I imagine. I'm not even looking up, so I can't tell exactly, but Gracie Grow, get your chit together. This feels a little long, but we're going to live with it this way. Just Grace. Just stop. Just stop. Why am I Fumbleia mode right now? That's what I'm in, is Fumbleia mode. If this is a little long, I can live with it. So let's go long. That's what she said. So silly. I'm so silly. I don't know why I'm this way. My children are a huge influence on me, though. I'm blaming the kids. Really nice, Gracie. All right, this is going to extend a little beyond, and that's good. Wasn't it in Toy Story something about to infinity and beyond? All right. Now, I do like the idea of that little fabric bit. I think this is, I'm going to put this here, but remember that fabric bit I did over here that I love so much? What if I want to do it again? Can you blame me? Do you blame me for it? Maybe I just leave her be and not mess with it, because it's just going to add more busyness to the page. All right. So make a decision and choose your tape of choice. What tape do you choose, Gracie? This is a really rather plain page, and I've been using that number tape. So let's grab it. Or maybe in this instance, we'll use the letter tape. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks for that. Lynn says, I need to go, but you know I love you. I love you more. Great things happening in your bank statement envelope journal. I'll see you tonight. Yeah, 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock tonight, we are Jelly Print playing in the membership club. Craft and Chat every Tuesday, either in the morning or in the evening this month. We're doing morning and evening. It's tonight in the Craft Therapy Club. We are going to do some playing with our Jelly Print plates. Yeah, I like. Oh, do we like this? It's rather white. It's rather white. It's rather bright. Hold on. Back to the drawing board. I could have always, yeah, I like this better. I could have always, stained it with some ink, but I didn't. I chose this instead, and it's gonna need some, oh, hello. It's gonna need some extra glue. Where did you go? There you are. You're hiding back there. This is what I find to be fastest for this. Once you get the glue on it, it stops curling over on itself. It curls, but it's not curling like in that spiral. I think the weight of the glue on the back helps. It's a little bit of a challenge before you get that done. See, it curls, but it doesn't spiral. There's a big difference to me. It's just easier to manage. I'm going to take this off here for a second. Move over you. Nah, no. That's not what I want. Emergency, emergency. All right. Half on this paper. Get it established, and then I'll come over here and do half. Because if I'm off, oh no, am I going to be covering this up? Jeez Louise, we shouldn't have done that, Gracie. All right, here's what we got to do. All right, my glue is already drying, girls. I can feel it. It's not so sticky on my fingers. I better put it on this side first. I'm going to have to cover up my little tuck spot. It's just the way it's going to be. Man alive. Just accept the fact, Grace, that you screwed that up. It's okay. I would prefer to have this page less busy by doing this little tip out, or like adding this page. The glue just dried in that short amount of time. The glue dried up on me. Now that, I think I can live with this so much better. Little extension of glue here, or paper here that doesn't need to be. There we go. Okay, I do. I'm going to like this so much better than those two pages being right next to each other. I might need to also put something there. That's going to hold fine. I could just put something right here. This page is so busy to me. I know this was really a whacked out, unique thing. I went with it because I was excited to try it. I'm glad I did, but it's feeling very busy. So in this instance, I don't know that I would introduce another pattern. Even a pattern that's very simple, I don't think I would introduce. I probably will just go with regular tape. Regular old-fashioned tape, you know, and I do have these tapes that we made in the Craft Therapy Club, and a small little piece might go a long way here. Let's get a really neutral one. This is just regular tape that we colored to make it look old and vintage. Did it in the Craft Therapy Club. These are the kinds of things that we do in there. If you want to like build upon the techniques that you have and be encouraged and inspired to try new things, might be a good fit for you. All right, I don't want any patterns. I don't want anything adding more. Oh my gosh, Grace. Hold on to that stinker. But I do want to tape this down so that it stays in place. So I'm going to use my fake vintage antique tape, which, oh, I love it. It just adds so much, right? Like, come on. Are you kidding me? Doesn't that look old and decrepit even more than it did before? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bart's Trading Company. Bartos Trading Company. Bartis. Hello. Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. Handcraft Love, thanks for being here. Oh, Shop for Styles, thank you so much for saying that. This is only the second time I've ever done live crafting, and I'd like to do this weekly here on Whatnot. I do it all the time on Facebook and YouTube. I've been doing it for, my gosh, it has been 9 years I've been creating content on Facebook and YouTube, and in my private membership group over on Facebook as well. But I'm selling on Whatnot now, which I absolutely love, and I'm really enjoying the company of all you Whatnotters. Whatnotters, is that a thing? So thank you for the compliment. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for following. I appreciate you so much. I do have some sales coming up, so please bookmark them. I would appreciate your support so much. It helps us keep doing what we're doing and sharing, and hopefully inspiring and encouraging you to do the same. If you want to join the Craft Therapy Club, Crafty Girl, I would love that. Man alive, I would love that. I'm going to, first of all, let me follow you back from your profile. And I don't know that isn't it against the rules to share a link here? But I could tell you, and you could message me, I think maybe, and I could send it to you. If you go to crafttherapyclub.com, if you go there and then you go to the membership tab, can I say that? I can tell you, Handcraft Love, I don't even know. Can I put a link in the comments, or will I get kicked off? I don't even know, but I do appreciate your interest in it. It's $15 a month. Yeah, I don't think you can put a link. Thank you for telling me that. So go to crafttherapyclub.com. That's the name of my group, my membership group where you can join. If you have any trouble at all, please private message me. I would love to hear from you. You can do it from the website crafttherapyclub.com, or you can just do it here or on Facebook. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm very careful. I don't share any outside links in Messenger here because I got to obey by the rules. I totally understand. They don't want you going off of here, but I do love making connections. And since somebody asked, I'm happy to share that you can find me there, crafttherapyclub.com. All right, should we do one more quickie? That's what she said. Shut up, Grace. I can't even help myself. Oh, this book is scrumptious. Scrumptious. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're halfway through. We're going to finish these. I don't know when, but we will. I started this book. I don't even remember when. Girls, I cannot remember if it was with Facebook subscribers, if it was in the club. I'm not sure. But we worked on this last night on Facebook Live. Last night I was crafting live, so you could go and check that out, like the first parts of it if you wanted to. And I'll continue on it at some point, somewhere. If you're not on my Telegram channel, that's a good place. I'm going to put these things on here to weigh this down a little bit. Yeah, because look at what I have in here. This is really actually quite heavy because it's glass. Doesn't everybody have Opal Greek seasoning blend in their craft room? I was using these spices. Let me explain. We are going to be making faux handmade paper in the Craft Therapy Club next month. Those of you who are Craft Therapy Club members, cat's out of the bag now. I don't usually reveal until the first of the month, but next month we are going to be making faux paper, and you can put spices in there if you want. I know it's silly, but look at how it turns out. It's so gorge. It's so gorge. I'll show you. Oh, look at that paper. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Doesn't it look like paper that you buy for super expensive online? We're going to do it. All right, girls, go have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for being here with me. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go create something pretty. Go make something pretty that brings your heart joy. That's all I want for you. Go do it. All right, should we raid somebody? Yeah, let's go find somebody. Hang tight. Let me get you down. Get you down off of there. And I don't mean to make you dizzy, but let's go raid somebody because it's nice. It's kind to raid somebody who, do you guys know somebody? Mermaid Angel Crafts. Craft Supplies. There's somebody. She has 5 viewers. Let's go support her. If you don't mind, we're going to go over to her. When you get there, let her know that I sent you by putting the crafty chick emojis in the comments, if you don't mind. Even if you just say hello and stay for a few minutes just to give her some support, that would be freaking fantastic and so kind of you. So let's find her. Mermaid Angel Crafts. I'm choosing her. We're heading over there.